What's the real difference between a good leader and a truly great one? It's not always about having the sharpest strategy or the best technical skills. Today, we're going to talk about a leader's real secret weapon, emotional intelligence.
I'm going to start with just one number, 70%. What do you think that means in the world of leadership? Well, stick with me, because this one statistic, it might just change how you see the modern workplace.
So here's what that 70% is all about. Research shows that when a leader has strong emotional intelligence, those so-called soft skills, they can encourage up to 70% of their team to stick around for 5 years or even longer. And let's be real, that's not just a soft skill. That is a massive strategic advantage. Okay, so if emotional intelligence can do that, you've got to be asking, right? What is the secret sauce here? What actually makes up this leadership superpower? Well, let's break it down. First things first. The whole journey really starts from the inside out. You can't lead anyone else effectively if you don't even know what's going on inside your own head. So the first piece of the puzzle is self-awareness. And look, self-awareness is way more than just asking, am I happy or sad today? It's about having the clarity to see the big picture. It's about being brutally honest with yourself, knowing what you're great at, and knowing where you need to improve. And when you have that, you get this genuine self-confidence, this solid presence. Okay, so you've done the work, you know yourself. What's next? Well, knowing is one thing, but mastering yourself, that's the real challenge. This brings us to the next piece, self-management. It's all about building on that foundation of awareness. This is really where the rubber meets the road. It's where your self-awareness turns into action. It's having the self-control to not fly off the handle when things get stressful. It's being transparent, open with your team about your values and even your mistakes. And then there's the other side of the coin. It's about that inner fire, having the initiative to go make things happen instead of waiting around, and that optimism that helps you see an opportunity in every setback. So once you've got your inner world sorted out, or at least you're working on it, it's time to look outward. The next two parts of this puzzle are all about how you use that emotional intelligence to connect with other people. The first step outward is what we call social awareness. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like an emotional radar. It's that ability to walk into a room and just sense the vibe. You can pick up on unspoken feelings, you get the power dynamics. You're not just listening to what people are saying, you're reading the whole room. And finally, we get to relationship management. This is where everything we've talked about comes together. You take that social awareness, that ability to read the room, and you use it. You use it to inspire people, to influence them, to help them grow. This is how you turn all that understanding into actual teamwork, resolve conflicts, and get amazing results. So we've got the skills, right? Self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship management. Great. But here's the thing. Having the tools is one thing. Knowing which tool to use and when, that's a whole different ballgame. The real world isn't one size fits all. And that's why we need a framework, kind of like a map for our leadership journey, something to help us figure out what kind of world we're operating in so we know how to best apply these skills. And this is it. It's called the 4 modes of leadership. It breaks the leadership world down into 4 different quadrants, and each one is a totally different environment. Let's walk through them. First up is Mode 1, hierarchical individual. Just think of a classic old-school corporation or a very traditional government agency. There are clear job titles, a strict chain of command, everyone knows their place. The main game here, you've got to know how to work within that structure. So, in this world, a leader is basically a bridge. Their job is to take the rules from the top, the big bosses, and make sure everyone down the line is following them. It's all about structure, rules, and making sure the machine runs smoothly. Okay, next, we've got Mode 2, hierarchical collective. Now, the hierarchy is still there, but the vibe is different. It's less about, this is my job title, and more about, we're all in this together. Think of a great sports team. You've got a coach, you've got positions, but what really matters is that shared goal and working together to win. And for a leader in this mode, it's a real balancing act. On one hand, you still have to enforce the rules from above. But on the other hand, you're the guardian of the team's culture. You're the one who has to champion the team's values and norms. It's structure and community. All right, now let's flip the script completely. Mode 3 is the distributed individual. This is the world of startups, creators, entrepreneurs. There's no rigid hierarchy. It's all about creativity, taking risks, and building things that are tailor-made for what individuals want and need. In this mode, a leader doesn't command, they attract. They don't give orders, they inspire. Their job is to paint a vision that's so exciting, so compelling, that people want to join in. It's all about pulling people in, not pushing them. And that brings us to our final mode, the distributed collective. This is the world of open source software, online communities, or even social movements. There isn't one person in charge. Leadership is fluid, it's shared, it pops up wherever it's needed. It's all about people coming together around a shared interest. So if you're a leader in this space, you're not a boss. You're more like a gardener or a facilitator. Your job is to find the common ground, the shared values and goals that brought everyone together in the first place, and just nurture them. You help keep the community connected to its purpose. So here's a quick cheat sheet to pull it all together. You can see how different the organizing principle is for each mode, from pure positional authority all the way to just mutual interest. And a leader's focus has to shift dramatically to match. This is where your emotional intelligence toolkit really comes into play. The self-control that works in a hierarchy might not be as important as the empathy you need to build a network. Okay, so now it's your turn. Look at this map and really think about it. Which of these worlds best describes your job, your team, or your organization right now? Are you in that structured hierarchy or a more free-flowing network? And here's the kicker. How do your personal EI strings line up with that environment? Or where do they clash? And this really leads to the most important question of all. Knowing this stuff isn't just about surviving in the world you're in. It's about being intentional. It allows you to ask yourself, is my leadership style just built for the world I'm in now, or is it built for the world I want to create?